we now have with us Maulik Bhansali, who's the CEO of NetWeb Software. He's also part of nasscom's Executive Council and is the Vice Chair of nasscom's SME Council. Maulik, welcome to Tech Talks with nasscom Insights.
Thank you, Namita, for having me. It's a great pleasure to be here.
Thanks. We have an interesting topic for you, Maulik. We've heard in the last year a lot of conversation about job losses because of AI and more so because of generative AI taking up a lot of what our workforce does. But we've also seen massive skilling investments by companies across the board, right?
Sure.
The last count that we had was north of 700,000 of our talent, tech talent, already having been trained in generative AI skills.
Right.
And probably more so in AI skills,
right?
What's your perspective, particularly because we definitely do not see job losses as a threat. Generative AI is going to open up a lot more new arenas, more business opportunities, more scope opportunities, right? How should organizations be really thinking about improving what their workforce does, skilling them on GenAI, taking them to higher levels of skill? And how should the workforce be taking this?
Well, this is a very pertinent question. And I'm sure a lot of our businesses have these questions themselves. And while we all talk about, the evolution and impact of GenAI in terms of job losses, however, in my honest opinion, it's an opportunity. Okay, for all the businesses and of course for all the young, people who are seeking for their careers, in tech and AI especially, right? So while we all are dealing with a very interesting phase, which is taking GenAI from proof of concept to production, and bringing and mapping that proof of concept to proof of value, there is a huge need of such skills and capabilities, right? Which means, of course, fresh talent to be onboarded, having understanding and idea on how to use GenAI, on how to kind of deploy GenAI, especially requires understanding of business domains, right? So you can think of a healthcare business or a healthcare, initiative, how it can be benefited using GenAI. For example, having understanding of that is of utmost importance. So you can possibly think of use cases, business cases, which, is very important for anyone who now wants to kind of get skilled and enhance and develop career in GenAI especially. So, and there are several opportunities there. So we can think of AI engineering as one of the key opportunity out there. And within that, we can think of prompt engineering, which is very, very important and of course needed as well. So on top of GenAI, what goes usually when you kind of develop a use case or a business case for a specific client, let's say healthcare, for example, or could be any other business that for that matter, is to kind of develop a prompt layer on top of your GenAI model, which allows you to kind of bring the value out of it and deliver it to the user industry and to the user and for the benefit of the user, which could be in terms of either, for the benefit of efficiency or creating new revenue model. Now that requires for us to understand and for engineers to understand what the prompt layer is all about, right? And this is a very, very important, much needed capability these days. So all our software engineers, all our business analysts can actually start thinking of prompt layers, being AI engineers as well, right? And that is a need of the hour, in my honest opinion. And I think we need that in huge number, but more just number. It also comes along with an understanding of good business domain of where you are applying to. And that is something which is going to bring real value. So for all our young, engineers, I'm very happy to let you all know that this is where the great opportunity is, and we must all really be prepared for that.
Absolutely. That's a fantastic point that you've made, Maulik. And thank you for bringing this out for us, because we've seen in our research that AI engineers and the demand for AI engineers is going to increase significantly.
Sure.
But the fact that it's not just about technology. GenAI actually allows you to bring in a lot of business domain in doing the technical work that we are doing.
Absolutely.
That it automatically opens up the opportunity for a software developer to start learning domain and bringing that into their jobs.
Absolutely.
So the scope of work expands rather than shrinking.
Oh, absolutely. I think what happens as the result of this, that you now have to have a good understanding of the domain alongside of the AI engineering part, right? And then you can think of applications which possibly no one has thought before until now, before the GenAI era, or before GenAI was so much largely available. Now we can think of those. But someone has to think about it. Who will do that? Right? And how would we really go about doing it? So I think that's where the opportunity lies, in terms of identifying the real value of application of it. And therefore, in addition to your technology knowledge and understanding of how to use LLMs, for example, or how to use AI tools, for example, you have to have good understanding of domain understanding and knowledge. So I think that's a great opportunity. If you have a combination of that, you have hit it.